Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm going to show you guys how you can draw the pterodactyl from Jurassic Park 2. I'm planning on doing a tutorial for this one, on how to draw this one, the Jurassic World trailer Dinosaur Stampede. But first I'm just going to do a tutorial about how to draw the pterodactyl. So yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, first I'm going to use a normal pencil, just a wooden pencil, because well, actually what I normally do is I start off with the normal pencil. This is an H pencil, and I'm just going to draw in the basic shapes and lines and stuff, and when I need more detail I'm going to go over to the mechanical pencil. So yeah. First we're going to draw his belly, and it's from the belly of the pterodactyl is actually not exactly like a circle like you would expect with most dinosaurs. It's a little bit more elongated, like this. Yeah, we're just going to start like this. That's gonna be his body, and now we're going over to his wings, and one of his wings is going a little bit more like upwards, like this, and then it goes like this. And then it goes like this. This goes a little bit more up as well. And it goes something like this. It has a very odd shape from here on. It goes like this. And it goes like this. And like this. And this part is actually going down pretty far. So yeah, and his hand is going to be somewhere around here, up here. And let's see, his other wing is going a little bit more down, actually, in comparison. It is a little longer, I think, this side. Yeah, it's a little longer, and then it goes straight down almost. And it has the same kind of effect as this one. It's almost like a bat wing. Yeah, you can see it like a bat wing. This one is going down a little bit more than this one because the height is also a little bit different, so it means that the rest of his wing has to go somewhere. Alright, and this part goes like almost straight up. Wait, I'm not sure if you can see all of it. This part goes almost straight up, and then here's where his little hand is going to be. Alright, I also noticed that he doesn't really he has his wings kind of folded in, actually, so we have to pay attention to that. This is actually a piece of his wing folding. and then his wing goes like this, and it goes like this, like this, like this, and then yeah, it has a weird shape over here, so pay attention to this part. And then this part of his wing starts over here, and it goes like this, and then it goes like this. I actually think I made this wing a little bit too long, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have wait, I'll have to erase it a little bit and just get it a little bit closer, I think. Yeah, just a little bit closer, not too much. I don't think you would really have that much problems with it, but for the sake of the video, I'll just remove it and just adjust it for a little bit. Alright. And then just put his wing back. Try not to erase too much of your drawing, because when you erase too much, you kind of damage the paper sometimes, and when you damage the paper, it will actually mess your drawings up a little bit. I mean, some lines will be a lot darker than you want them to be, just because you don't know how hard you can press down on that part. Alright, so now we've got his wings, the basic shape of his wings. I'll just move it up a little bit. Now we've got the basic shape of his wings. So now we are going to pay attention to his neck and just refine his body a little bit more. That's what I'm doing right now. But yeah, most important thing right now is his neck. So his neck goes like goes a little bit like this. Just like what you would expect on a bird neck, but it's a little bit different. It has a little bit of a different shape actually. It's like it looks a tiny bit like an S, not too much. And then you're going to put in the basic shapes of his head, which can be quite difficult. So yeah, I'm just putting in the basic shapes right now. Later on you will see why I'm using these shapes in particular. Alright. Now his bottom jaw will be kind of like over here. Alright, so now it's going to be a little bit more detailed, so the lines have to be a little bit thinner, and that's why I'm switching over to my mechanical pencil. Yeah, his bottom jaw goes like this. He has a very long snout, and then it goes like this. And I can refine those lines later on if I want to. So don't worry too much if you think that it isn't quite right yet. Alright, and now you want to draw his bottom jaw. Not sure how long it has to be, but we will see. Alright. And now that strange kind of horn looking thing on his back, on the back of his head. Oh. I'll make it a little bit longer, and again I can just remove a few lines later on if I don't think it's quite right. Alright, so now we've got the basic shape of his head. Now we are going to focus on his legs, and his legs there are with normal pterodactyl drawings you would expect the legs to be something like this. But on this drawing, it looks more. He has very long legs actually. On this reference picture, actually what I'm using. So we are going to draw in those very long legs right now. So it seems to be like this, and then it goes back like this. They look to be like very strong legs, which you wouldn't expect on a pterodactyl. But I assume that they are supposed to be very strong. So maybe it could, well, it had to support its weight anyway, so. They look kind of like this, and then of course he has those bird-like thingies. I'm not sure how to draw because they are very dark in this picture, so I'm just going to draw them like this. Excuse me. So yeah, now we can put in a little bit of a tail kind of shape down there. So now we've got the basic shape actually of the pterodactyl, and I do regret that I put this one a little closer to his body, because I think that it's supposed to be a little bit more like this actually. I think that this part is supposed to be a little longer, just a tiny little bit, and then it goes like this. I think that looks just a little bit better, but we will see when we are about to put the detail in. Because mostly of the time, when you start drawing, your drawing doesn't really look very good, and then when you put a little bit more time into it, a little bit more attention to detail and stuff, that's the part when your drawings are about to, well, that's the part where your drawings are going to look a lot better. And this thing has to go very high, like this, and that's it. Alright, now I'm going to switch to my mechanical pencil, so I can put in a little bit more detail and stuff. Alright, so his arm seems to go like this, and then it has something like a curve over here, and then it goes like this. And then you have something like a skin, kind of a part of his wing over there. And then on the other side we have something that looks kind of the same but different in a way, because it goes like this, and then a bump over here, and then it goes almost the same like this. Well, actually, yeah, it goes almost the same like that, and then it goes up from here. Then we have the same skin wing part over there, and then his arm goes like this, like that. And I'm going to turn the paper a little bit so I can draw it more easily. It goes like this, and then it goes a thin line all the way up to there. So that's the basic of his left arm. And now it's going to be a little bit more tricky, because first it goes up and then it goes down again. That's what you see over here. But his chest is in the way, so you can't really notice it too much. And it goes like this and up again. Alright, so that's the basic of his body, and as you can see, we already have basically the basics of a pterodactyl right here. Let's make this a little bit longer. Alright. Let's refine the head a little bit, because I think that would be the thing that you want to pay the most attention to. I think I'll make this a little bit like this. Oh shit. Yeah, that's something that happens sometimes when you are not using very good paper, I think. Because, well, actually, when you have damaged paper, that's what happens. You just want to draw a light line, and it will get a little bit darker than you intentionally wanted it to be. So yeah. Goes like this, then it goes like this. So you have a very long lower jaw, and then over here his upper jaw comes back in, and it goes a little bit like that. But I accidentally made this the wrong shape, because it goes a little bit different. It goes down like that, and then you have those flaps between his upper and lower jaw, and then just a little bit of that. Alright, and we have a bump over here somewhere, yeah, over here, and that's not where his eye is going to be, because his eye will be around over here somewhere. So yeah, I'm just going to draw in the place where his eyes will be. Then we have this bump going something like this. These are just some lines to know where I am in the drawing compared to my reference photo. Later on I'll erase them and it will look a little bit better when I erase them. So that's gonna be the place for his eye. Like that. Maybe put his eye. I think I did this part a little bit wrong, because his eye isn't at the right place at all. His eye is supposed to be over here somewhere, a little bit more like in the front of everything, and then this part is supposed to go down over here. It's a whole lot of difference. Yeah, looks a lot better. Alright, so now we did the most basic parts on his head, and now we will go to his wings and pay a little bit more attention to his wings. So yeah, I'm just going to draw his bone structure. Over here. Like that, and then just attach this to it and do the same over here. We will not really see too much of this bone structure over here, because it's in the shadow. Alright, we can also do this over here. but I don't think that's not really needed actually, because there's no bone there at all, because his bone is supposed to be over here. So just make something like that. Alright, and he's actually sitting on a branch of a tree, so I'll just quickly draw that in. We're not gonna pay too much attention to that branch actually, but it's a little bit nicer if we draw it in anyways. So well, actually it ends over here. So like I said, I'm just going to draw it in roughly, not really too much detail. Just like that. Alright, so we've got the basic shapes down right now on the paper. Now we can put in a little bit more detail and stuff. So I'm just going to, well actually not yet. I'm just going over every line to make it a little bit darker. And it will give it a little bit, well, it will give you a little bit more options on giving it more detail. And you will be able to see your drawing a lot more clearer. We're almost done, I think. Yeah, I can also erase all the lines that are not necessary. I think I'm going to do that. So that's the line that we need. Let's see. And this is actually a hard part, so I think I'm going to erase this and go over it again. just put this line back in, just like that. Alright, just going to tilt the paper a little bit so I can draw it a little bit better myself. I find it pretty hard to not do this. There are a lot of artists out there, drawers out there, that don't have to do that a lot. They can just put on the paper whatever they want, whenever they want, in whatever way they want. But I can't do that like that. Alright, and we still miss something, and that is his little hands. So I'm going to draw in 3 little fingers, very thin little fingers actually. And 3 very thin little fingers over here. Alright, I have to erase this, otherwise you can't see it. Three very tiny little fingers. Just like that. It looks about right. Alright, so now it's time to get a little bit more detail into it, like the folds on his wings. Goes like this and goes like that. And of course we've got some folds over here too. And we might have a few over here. So yeah, like in this way you can just put in more and more detail until you are satisfied.